Bow Hunt or Die is being brought to you by Matthews, Lost Camo, New Archery Products, Tinks, Lone Wolf Portable Tree Stands, Stealth Cam, Carbon Express, Hunter Safety System, Heartland Wildlife Institute, Pine Ridge Archery, and the Can Cooker.
Welcome to Season 3 of Bow Hunt or Die. I'm Todd Graff. Alongside me as always is Justin Czar. Justin, with the temperatures that we've been having right now, I think we've jumped right from winter into summer.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how fast that the winter went by. It seems like, just the other day we were sitting in here and it was snowing outside and cold. Now we got temperatures nearly 80 degrees. But, this winter, while we were busy at the trade shows and working on bowhunting.com, trying to do some improvements there, one of our staff members was out chasing, of all things, buffalo.
Right. So here we go. We're going to join Josh right now as he heads to Iowa and puts down a huge bison.
We are heading out to the great western state of Iowa. Really not that far west. Going on a bison hunt, often referred to as buffalo, often referred to as Tatanka, also referred to as thunder beast. Either way, what we're doing is we're doing a bow hunt here for a big buffalo, hunting with Scenic View Ranch in Monona, Iowa, which is in the northeast section of Iowa in the bluff country, just west of, about 15 miles west of Prairie du Chien. I've never hunted a buffalo a day in my life, never done it with a bow, never seen a buffalo at ground level without a fence in between me and the buffalo. This is going to get interesting, and it's going to get interesting real quick. You're going to want to stay tuned. Don't leave your computers and don't leave your TV, because quite frankly I don't know what's going to happen. However, this is a target that I do not want to piss off, so this one's going to get interesting, folks. We're going to hit the road here and see if we can't get to the motel before 10:30 so we can get up bright-eyed and early, see if we can get us a Tatanka Thunder Beast. Light on for us. Well, folks, we've made her here. We are in lucky room 56 at the Delta Motel in big old Prairie du Chien. I told Lulu, my cameraman, we only get the best here at bowhunting.com. I like this freshly furnished. Lights don't work. Let's try lights. Hey, we got one, we got two. A couple mice, but it's home. Let's get ready. We got some buffalo to hunt here. But this is a definitely, I see why they call it Scenic View. I mean, we're up on top of one of these bluffs overlooking the ranch, and pretty neat. We are on the buffalo hunt. It is Friday morning right now. Probably got about 28 degrees. A little brisk with the wind, but not too terribly bad. It's early morning, about 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning right now. Let's get at her. Let's see what we can do, see what happens here. Stay on him. He's going down. He's down. Oh, 30-yard shot. Look at the blood pumping out of him. Oh my God, I'm shaking. I am shaking. Oh. You see the blood pouring out of that thing. Oh my gosh. Oh, you smoked. My cameraman was getting scared. He's hiding behind me. Oh, dude, an animal that big, boy, you pick a spot. I hard shot him. I think I did. If not, that blood runner just smoked him on double lung. I'm telling Bryce, camera guy, I'm like, dude, get on him, because he's just pouring out of him. Something fierce. He didn't go 50 yards. 50 yards. Piled up, 1,000-pound beast. Stick and string, boys. Stick and string. Oh. Well, here he is. We got him propped up, posed up here for the photo. That was easier said than done. It took 2 guys to move a 1,000-pound animal 6 inches. It took us about an hour. Until you get your hands on him, you just don't even. I'm pushing against him to keep him up. Just the sheer size of this animal. He gave us a 30-yard quartering away shot. Perfect shot. And he didn't go but 50 yards or just ran a big circle. Lulu, my cameraman, tried to take refuge behind me. Dude, I only got 1 shot. I got a bull, man. I was ready to run behind him. It was kind of a pushing match because he started to turn and come back at us. And he didn't make her. Not trying to be grotesque, but a broadhead did the trick on him. Blood just pouring out of nose the whole time. Just to show the effectiveness of these broadheads and archery equipment. This is a 1 shot. I've watched on YouTube where guys pump these animals full of freaking lead with a rifle, and we can come out here and do it with a bow. You make a good shot on them. They don't go far and they end up piling up. Hunting Scenic View Ranch here in northeast Iowa. If you've never done it before, guys, you gotta come out and at least try it once. This is not a canned hunt. That was my biggest fear, is I was gonna come out and this guy would be licking on my bumper and it'd just be a quick shoot your animal and be done with it. And instead, you know, we worked. This is an incredible hunt. It is definitely a once in a lifetime hunt. You ever get an opportunity, you gotta do it. Give it a try. Produces some quality protein for the freezer. We are gonna have a freezer full of meat here. Trying to get them out of here might be a different story, but incredible guys. From bowhunting.com, I'm Josh Fletcher.
Well, that's certainly something you don't see every day. Shooting a 1,000-pound buffalo with your bow is definitely something I think even I'll try one of these days. Now, one thing's for sure that Josh has got on all of us, Justin. He's the first one of all the teammates to put down an animal with his new helium.
Yeah, you know, I just got mine set up and I got about, 100 arrows shot through it at targets, but certainly not at a 1,000-pound buffalo.
No.
But, one thing that we do want to mention is that, Josh was hunting on a fenced ranch during this hunt, and it's something that he didn't try to hide. He didn't try to disguise it during his video. No. I mean, he said it plain as day. Going into this hunt, he didn't know what to expect. Turns out that he had a great time. It was a good hunt, and for him, it was more of a way to give him something to do during the off season, and also to fill his freezer with meat. I mean, you shoot a 1,000-pound buffalo, there's a lot of meat there, and that meat's going to feed both Josh's family as well as his cameraman Bryce's family for a good portion of this upcoming year.
Right, and they really enjoy buffalo meat. I mean, I've talked to Josh on the phone. I mean, this is something that they absolutely enjoy eating. So he was able to tie in a great hunt as well as get a whole freezer full of food. So that's super cool. Now, one thing I got to point out is that blood runner, as we've seen in the past, absolutely did the trick. There's no question about that.
Right. A lot of guys are afraid that those big expandable broadheads aren't going to be great on those larger game.
Right.
Obviously, Josh shot that buffalo at about 30 yards. I think it only ran 40 or 50 yards before it expired, left a blood trail that was, pretty amazing. So, for you guys that are out there shooting some of those bigger animals, some of those more hybrid type designs like the Blood Runner or the new Kill Zone are going to be really good for those big animals. Yeah. So next up, we're going to check in with a couple of our guys who have been out shed hunting, been walking a lot of miles this spring, and, fortunately for them, they've been doing a lot better than I have.
I think they've been doing better than both of us combined.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a shed hunting tip of the day here. When you're out shed hunting, you want to try to keep the sun at your back. That way it's not blocking your vision when you're looking ahead of you in the field or in the woods trying to spot those sheds. And don't always try to look for an antler. Train your eyes to pick out tines, pieces of the antler, a pedicle, things of that nature. And the biggest thing is, guys, slow down. It's not a race out there.
First big match set of the year, giant 8-pointer, huge frame on this sucker. I just found him out here on a little 20-acre overgrown cow pasture. Here he is, my biggest buck of the year. Just found the most unusual dead shed buck skull I've ever seen in my entire life. Giant dead shed buck. His nose is crooked, and he's got a pedicle growing right out of his eye that had a shed antler on it.
And I think she found one over in the bushes, so let's go see what she's got. There you go. Little 3-point side. No way. There's an antler in the clock. I'm not even kidding, look. Right there to the left of that tree, you see it? This is one of our hit list deer from last year, Rango. We actually had a couple of encounters with this deer in this food plot with our stand right here. All right, another one. Looks like another pretty nice one. What? I found the match.
All right, first sight of the day. Richie says he's got a monster. Here we go, he's over there, he just passed out.
Bowhunting.com, baby, shed edition 2012. Booyah! Look at that. This shed ain't been on the ground in 3 days. Look at that pedicle. Other side.
God, you gotta be kidding me, this thing is a monster.
That's a big one. Let's see.
Just found a shed. Let's go check it out. Nice open little shed. It's a nice side to a massive 8-pointer. And this is a 3-year-old. I got a lot of pictures of him. Actually, I got a picture of him the other day carrying the other side, so I know it's not going to be close. Two and a half years old. You might not believe me, but it is. Man, that's awesome.
Well, I don't know what it is, but there's no question about it. Some people are definitely more lucky when it comes to finding sheds, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely better than I am. I've walked, I think, close to 30 miles already this spring. I haven't found a single shed, new or old. And, usually I don't find that many sheds, but this year seems to be more difficult than usual. And I think it's because we had such a mild winter that the deer are more scattered out. Typically here in northern Illinois, we get a lot of snow, cold weather. Those deer are kind of herded up into certain food sources and bedding areas, and it's easier to pinpoint where those sheds are going to be. I've got one deer right now that I'm getting trail cameras of, pictures of, 2 miles apart during the dead of winter, which you usually don't find, which scatters those sheds all over the place, makes them harder to find.
That is really cool, Justin. You've got a spot 2 miles from each other, and you're actually able to get the same buck on those 2 different spots. That is really a neat way to learn a lot about a deer and what he's doing and so forth.
Right, and the cool thing is, it seems like every deer is a little bit different. I mean, this one buck, he's all over the place. I'm getting pictures of him, like I said, 2 miles away.
Right.
But I've got other deer where it seems like they don't leave, a couple 100-yard radius at any given time is the only place I get pictures of them. So it's just neat to see the different personalities of the various deer.
Well, I know one thing's for sure. I need to find more of those deer that only stay within a couple 100 yards. That's the deer that I need for this fall. But on a recent trip to Matthews, we bumped into our friend Tiffany Lakowski from The Crush. She was nice enough to take some time and show us some of the different colorized options that you can deck out your Matthews bow in.
Hey everyone, Tiffany Lukoski here, and I want to show you a couple cool features on Matthews Inc. Now years ago, you used to think that only the ladies wanted to accessorize their bow, but we've come to find out that is totally not the case. All the guys I know, including our cameraman, want to make sure that their bows are a reflection of them. So you can deck out your bow with all of the latest and greatest Matthews accessories and colors. Now another cool thing on their website, now this year, the Helium is the Matthews flagship bow, but you can go on their visualizer and literally make your bow the way that you want it down to the limbs. You can have your risers a certain camo or black or tactical, and it basically walks you through step by step, and when you get to the end, you can print it out and then of course bring it to your local authorized Matthews dealer.
You know, it's amazing to me just how popular these colored accessories have become in the last couple of years.
Well, there's no question about it. You know what, Justin? I think it's fun. You know, at the end of the day, I've got my bow all decked out in green, and our good friends over at Pine Ridge Archery, I know they've worked out a deal with Matthews, and they've got all kinds of accessories available. And I think, was it 7 different color choices?
8 different color combinations that actually match the same color combinations that Matthews has available, which is cool. You can get some of the accessories from Matthews,
right,
some of the accessories from Pine Ridge. They all match. You know, I went with the red this year. I know that you went with the green, so only time's going to tell which one of those two color combinations is going to be more deadly this fall.
Well, more importantly, it's something extra to do to your bow. It is fun, and it definitely makes the bows look a lot cooler.
Well, as usual, we want to take the time to thank the people who sent in their photos for this show. Now this week we're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to show you some of the great shed antlers that the guys have been out finding. Joe Cater, John Chapman, Sean Eamon, Sean Hamilton, and Terry Young. Congratulations guys, those are some great shed antlers. I wish I could find a couple like that.
That's all the action we have for this episode of Bow Hunt or Die. Now listen, don't get discouraged. If you haven't found a shed yet, I can tell you right now, some of these big bucks are still packing their antlers, and I can pretty much guarantee you that there's still a chance to find a big shed. I know for a fact some of my friends, just in the last week or so, have just started picking them up.
Yeah, a lot of the bucks, you know, like you said, are still holding their antlers, so I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be able to hopefully find a shed or two before it's all said or done. You know, once shed season starts winding down, we jump right into turkey hunting season. Still hopeful that I'm going to get a tag here for Illinois, and then I know that you're going to be out pretty soon, you know, planting food plots.
Well, I'm already, I think, one step ahead of Justin. I just got done ordering some seed from a new sponsor of ours, the Heartland Wildlife Institute. They've got a variety of different seeds available. Definitely go to their website and check them out for sure. I know for a fact, for me, adding food plots to my property has made a big difference at attracting big bucks, so it's definitely something I put a lot of time into in the spring.
Yeah, and it's definitely paid off for you in the past. Now, for those of you who are going to be at either the Wisconsin or Illinois Deer Classics, make sure you stop in and see us. We've got a lot of great prizes from our sponsors that we're going to be giving away. So that's the end of this month, the last 2 weeks in our weekends in March. It's going to be Illinois and Peoria, and then Wisconsin up in Madison. Now, for those of you who can't make it to those shows, I guess we're just going to see you back here next month on Bow Hunt or Die.
In the meantime, don't forget to check out facebook.com/bowhunting for daily updates, news, photos, and other exciting information. We also want to hear your opinions and your stories, so join us now and like us on Facebook. Josh is the first one of our teammates to put down a bow.
Let's Frankfurter down the freeway in this week's episode of Bow Hunt or Die.
We gotta be careful. They said that they just refurnished this. It was a little banged up, so they wanted to redo it, give us a nice upscale look here.